Hey guys, it's Small here with What If Deku Had Omnitrix Part 3. Before we start, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. And also check out my Discord in the description below. But now that out of the way, let's start this What If. So where we last left off, Deku just found out that he's going to UA, and that All Might wants to meet him. So when he shows up to UA, he decides to go to All Might's office. He is greeted by All Might and 3 other students. When Deku sat down, the other student introduced himself as the Big Three, aka Mirio, Nijira, I can never pronounce her name, and Tamaki. Which Deku responds saying it's an honor to be meeting them. Some of the amazing people, which Mirio just responded saying it's okay, that he was actually looking forward to this meeting after hearing what he did. Which made Deku look confused and asking him what he meant. That's when Deku is told that everybody heard the rumors about him. That how he just switched 0.2 just one punch. Now his quirk is basically the same as having 4 quirks. Which Deku just responded by telling it's an honor to be considered. But Deku responds by telling him that he has more than 4 forms. Which All Might ask him, how many forms do you have to basically? Because on your quick registration form, it claims you have a no number of forms. Which Deku responds with saying he doesn't know since he unlocks more forms every once in a while, which made everybody say, wait, what? And Deku responds by telling them that he has full access to his forms since he sometimes transforms to forms, so he never unlocked full access. He never seen some transformers during a test. Like, it was the first time we ever seen that form. This made Mario question that he can tell how many forms he has. He could have millions of forms with unknown patterns. And All Might agrees by saying that he could have hundreds of quirks, but then explain why he asked Deku to show up. The reason All Might asked Deku to show up because Deku might become part of the Big Three, or maybe the Ultimate 4 if it does well. Which made Deku shocked that he could become a part of the strongest group of UA, that he would do his best. And after the conversation, Deku went to class 1A. But as soon as he walks in, he sees Lirai and Kachan arguing and screaming at each other. With Lirai telling Baku to behave himself, and Baku telling, how far did that school shove that stick up your butt? Which made Lirai even more upset. But they both stopped arguing and looked at Deku as soon as they saw him. Kachan just scoffed. Where Lirai went up to Deku and apologized for all the rude things he said during the test. He had no idea that the watch was important, that he was way better student than him. Which Deku just told him it's okay, but before he can finish talking, he hears somebody saying, hey, you're the dinosaur man. That's when Deku looks behind him, he sees Yuraka. She made Deku tell her it's Izuku, and Yuraka says nice to meet you, and she introduces herself. Then out of nowhere, a weird homeless man shows up saying that they're too loud, which makes Deku jumps and opens his watch. But then the man got up and introduced himself as their new teacher Aizawa, and they need to put on their gym uniforms and meet him outside, which made Mina ask about rotation, which Aizawa just responded by saying this is UA, he can manage his class any way he wants, and that they should meet him outside. So after everybody suits up, they go outside to see Aizawa with some baseballs. He throws one to Deku and asks him what his ball throw record in middle school was. Deku said it was like 45 meters, but Aizawa tells him, try throwing it with your quirk. Deku said sure, but give him a second. As Deku begins to scroll through his watch, he finds the perfect form. He then transforms to Heat Blast. He then decides to throw the ball. When he does, he causes a giant explosion, which makes the ball go over 900 meters before it broke Aizawa's reader. Hey guys, be sure to me back when I'm sorry. Like I was saying, after the meters broke, Aizawa was just saying it must have burnt apart. But everybody was in complete shock, which made everybody realize that this kid is hella strong. But Deku transformation back and asked if that was okay. He didn't actually put too much power because he was trying to hold back. Everybody screams and he held back. Because he plus has to hold back since he can't go supernova. But forget about that. This made Kachan scream, "Shitty Deku! I'll kill you!" for holding back. But the minute Kachan charges, he transforms into Diamond Head. But before Kachan can attack, Aizawa uses his quirk and stops him. Then he realized something. Deku was still in transform, even though he uses his quirk. Which made Aizawa throw Kachan aside. And he walks up to Deku and asks him, "How the hell are you using your quirk?" Which made Deku ask what he meant. That's when Deku realized it's a razor head. Which made Deku freak out thinking that he might have revealed a secret. But then Deku told up a lie and told him when he transforms, it's like becoming a brand new living being. So basically it's the same as him using his quirk on Midnight Smoke or Cemento's cement. Which made us all suspicious, but he shrugged it off and told everybody to continue on the test. But what he didn't see coming is a huge gap of power between Deku and everybody else. In every test he took, Deku just beat everybody. Like during his speed test, Deku moved so fast that the second time went off, Deku finished in 0.1 seconds, which made everybody flip. Deku then did the grip test, so he transformed to 4 arms and breaks the machine. He then transforms to Stinkfly and flies over the jump test. During the push-up test, he uses upgrade since upgrade is kind of made up of goop and has no spine, so he can easily do push-ups. He didn't have any good forms for the side jump, so he used Wild Mud. Since he's quick and can jump high. But after the test, everybody is looking at him and thinking, "What the hell is this guy's quirk?" Especially people like Ayoma, Kirishima, Mera are freaking out even more since they saw Deku in humongous sword form. Apparently, Aizawa was noticing something off, like how his quirk doesn't work on him, and now every time he transforms, he hits his watch and goes through it. That's when Aizawa gets a message telling him to send Deku to the principal office. Deku asks why, but Aizawa just told him to go and don't worry about it. Don't worry about the score. When Deku went to Nezu's office, the first thing Nezu told him that he knows he doesn't have a quirk, and that his watch learns he can transform. Deku tries to convince Nezu that he does have a quirk, and the watch is just support him, but Nezu doesn't believe him. That's when Deku gives up and explains how he found a watch and has no idea where it came from, which just made Nezu respond with telling him that it's basically found in alien tech and was like trying to transform into aliens. Deku just telling him, "Yeah, I figured it out a while ago, after I found a form that increased my intelligence. And also, I can't remove it no matter how hard I try." That's when Nezu comes with an idea, saying, "Yeah, Deku can remove it." And it seems that he figured out how it works. He'll keep it up and become a hero. And also, the only people who will know about the watch is going to be Aizawa and All Might. Deku agrees with Nezu's term and decides to leave, but before he can leave, Nezu tells him one more thing, that starting today, he's going to become part of the Big 3, which has been renamed to the Ultimate 4. Also, he will train with them after school, which Deku agreed to, but on his way home, Deku was stopped by Lira and Yorika, who asked him what his quirk was. Deku explained that he can transform, and the watch helps him. Really think it's really powerful quirk. Then Yorika asked him a question. There were more like 2 questions, like why Kachan calls him Deku, which Deku just responds that the nickname Kachan gave him to insult him. But Yorika tells him the name is kinda cool, so Deku automatically changes his mind and tells them that if they want to call him Deku. Really like questions that he shouldn't change his mind that quick, but soon lets it go. But then Yorika asked him her second question, which was, what does he call his forms? Which Deku just responded by telling her that he doesn't name them, since they are still kind of a part of him. But Yorika tells him that since they're so unique, they should each have their own names. Which made Deku think, since more people name their moves or special moves, then he should name his forms. So Deku decides to give his number to Lira and Yorika and later they decide to name each one of his forms. And just so it's simple, let's say that each name they gave these forms were the same as Ben 10's names. Like Heat Blast, Upgrade, Diamond Head. But forget about that. Next day, when Yuriko was asking him some question about his forms, out of nowhere, oh my shoot playing, I am going through the door like a normal person. Guess what, that today they're doing a battle trial, where 2 students will be heroes and another 2 will be villains. But before they start, they need to suit up. After they suit up, they go outside, but Deku's costume is a little different, since Deku clothes doesn't matter since the Transformers clothes as well. So look at this, I just wear a jacket from Benton Omniverse. There's a bunch of pockets inside the jacket that contain medical supplies and pants, and the pants that allow them to move around even better. But other than that, Deku doesn't have anything special. You like how something that's not very hero-like, but then again, he mostly transforms, so it doesn't matter. But then All begins to talk, explain that the heroes either need to get to the bomb and disarm it, or capture the villains. And then he explains what the teams are, and that Uraraka and Deku are going up against Leadai and Bakugo. So after hearing that, Deku and Uraraka begin to fight. Uraraka asks Deku if he has any forms that he thinks may be useful, which Deku just tells her, and of course he does, but it depends what their plan is. Are they planning on capturing the villains, or defusing the bomb? I think the best option is to defuse the bomb, and Deku tells her that she already knows what form he should use. Yuriko responds by telling, "Oh yeah, Ghost Freak. I remember I named him last night. He would be perfect." So Deku transforms into Ghost Freak, then flies to the floor, and stopping on the way to throw a rocket caution just to add insult to injury. He then touches the bomb, which just shocks everybody. But All soon announced that the heroes have team as one. But after the test, everybody looks at Deku and just told him, "Dude, that fight was kinda lame and boring." Everybody but Tokuyami, because Tokuyami actually thought Deku's ghost form transformation was actually kinda cool. But then All then asks everybody who the MVP is, but Momo raises her hand and says Deku, because he chose a perfect form and stopped the bomb before anybody could even notice. Not to mention, he was so stealthy that nobody even noticed, but except for Caution because he threw a rock at him. But Hirokoki then responded by saying he also went invisible, which is kinda cool. I didn't know anybody else can go invisible. But he was more stealthy, All Might. All Might then explains that she's correct, because Deku and his solution in other model forms, he was the best one for stopping this arm the bomb where anybody notices, besides Caution. And Caution just holding back trying to attack Deku. But then All Might then tells everybody that he hopes that they will follow Uzuki's example and go plus ultra. When the other students started their chess, they decided to watch very closely, because they could notice some of the students' quirks are similar to his transformations. So Deku was one to watch, so maybe he can copy some strategies. Like how Kirishima hardened himself and makes his body really sharp. Maybe he can do that for Diamond Head. But Deku is more interested in one of the students, a girl with red hair and white hair. If you can't guess, it's a female Todoroki. And I think you guys know why she's a girl. Because I'm gonna ship her with Deku. And I was thinking of doing a gay ship. Then I thought all the funny things I can do like make her a girl. And pissing off Endeavor, so I'm gonna make her a girl. But forget that, cause Deku thinks Cookie is pretty powerful and that she's kinda cool. But after the test, everybody goes home. Before Deku can go home, he sees somebody at the front. Deku is greeted by the others of the Big Three, with the new Ultimate Four. When Deku sees him, he asks, what are they doing here? Meguraka and Ira ask who they are. Deku explains how they are the other members of the Ultimate Four, which shocks Ira and Yaraka, because they just met 3 of the strongest people of school, and found out Deku was one of the strongest people in UA, which makes Yaraka freak out, because she knew Deku was strong, but she didn't know that he was that strong. Mr. Mirio explained that he wanted to fight Deku to see how strong he is. Deku decides fine, so Deku leaves Lira and Yaraka, telling them he'll talk to him later, and goes to the training site, and after talking a little, decide that Deku is going to fight Mirio instead of Tamaki or Nijira. But the minute Deku transforms, he turns into a new form. It looks like a giant moth, but it's blue. Deku explained how this form is new, that he has no idea what it does. But then Mirio explained, well, since it's new, then instead of fighting, he just tests his form out. The minute Deku charges at Mirio, he goes right to him. But Mirio tries to punch Deku. Deku tries to block, but then Mirio punch goes straight through him and freezes his hand. Then Mirio uses his quirk to get it out, saying, "That was cold." But every time Deku and Mirio punch each other, either Deku's punch goes right through Mirio, or Mirio's punch gets frozen as soon as he goes to Big Chill. So after a while, they stop fighting, but Nijiro then asks him, he should name this form Big Chill, or does he not name his forms? Where Deku just responds by telling her that he just started naming them. The name isn't half bad. But after a while of them talking, something horrible happens. Because what they don't know is that the League of Villains are currently making a deal with a certain man. But Shigaraki is uncertain about this deal. So he asks the man, "Why the hell are you helping the League, you weirdo?" The man responded by telling him that what he wants is a certain watch. Shigaraki asked him a question. He asked him, "What the hell is your name again?" But the man just responded by telling him, "It's Kyber." Then the portal opens up, with Kyber walking through it. But soon after Kyber walks through it, he is greeted by some sort of robotic monster made of some sort of robotic goop, aka malware. Malware asks him how the meeting went, which Kyber responded by telling him, "It went well, but they're going to need to have the supplies with them." Malware says, "Why do they want less robots?" Kyber says, "Oh, they didn't want less robots. I just didn't think they need them." Malware says, "Why?" Kyber says, "Isn't it obvious? I'm going to be coming with them." As he then whistles, which makes some sort of weird alien-looking dog come out. What's more important is the omnitrix on her collar. But guys, I'm going to end the video here. But here's a little preview for the next video. In the next video, Deku's going to fight the League of Villains, the USJ, and also fight Kyber and his alien dog. But that's for the next episode. Deku might be gaining a new ally or transformation. Also, please do tell me. Also, do tell me who should get one for all. Because it ain't going to be Deku. You guys are just going to have to wait and see what happens next. But before I end the video, please don't forget to like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and also please check out my Discord. There'll be a link in the description. But for now, peace out and go beyond plus ultra.